Hello, 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 everybody. I'm here. So sorry. I think that's probably the first time I've done that in since I started. I put the wrong time when I scheduled it, but luckily it kept it here the whole time. So that's great. So welcome. I'm really here now. So thank you, Felicia, for understanding as well. And thank you guys for being here. And happy Friday evening or Saturday morning, wherever you're at in the world. And thank you guys for being here. I'm just going to get everything set up and we will get going here. And all right, we are good. That's all live. Perfect, perfect. And before we get started, really quick, just make sure everyone knows what is available in from bruddaZEN's channel here. Every Monday, um, we do have Moon Day Monday where I put out a um, a video with all the moons for the week, because of course the moon every couple days, 2 to 3 days, goes into a different sign, and so it's good to be aware of what kind of energies we have going into it, and any other kind of planetary energies that stand out. So if you want to check that out, and we've gone into Capricorn moon, so if you want to see what the Capricorn moon offers, check that out there. So we've got that. I have Capricorn rising, so hopefully I will not be too Capricorny as far Capricorny. That's funny. Um, I'm always corny, but Capricorny is different. A little too like organized and you know, but we'll take a look here. And then every Tuesday I have a Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays where I put out a video that's normally 10 minutes or less, but the last couple I've gone a little longer, but this particular one is all Sing Bowl Smorgasbord, which talks about singing bowls and how they impact it. And I introduce you to all my singing bowls. And then also Wednesdays is What's Up Wednesdays. And I have a pick a card that I put out. And I'm kind of spicing them up a little bit every other week. Well, 2 of the weeks anyway. We have the new moon and the full moon energy, which I talk about and then have pick a cards around. And then when we have, of course, every month we change to a different sun sign. And when that happens, like this one is for Libra, I'm adding in a little bonus birthday at the end of the pick a card, which for the birthday for the sun babies, so this Libra sun babies, it'll give you a 3 month forecast on those two. So be sure to check those out. And then, of course, I have a monthly giveaway. There's 3 ways that you can get into a drawing to win 3 different ways. And this is a playlist for the giveaways. So you can check out that video and see what you want to enter and get into if you want to have the chance at winning a personal recorded reading or uh, other giveaways. And then I do have 50% off for the rest of 2023 because I love you. All of my pre recorded personal readings, my Hedges of Peace and Love, and my Wish Upon a Star Astro reading. So if you want interested in any of that or what it all is, all that's done in the description box of the video, as well as if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. It also talks about how the process works with the free readings and how I do um, prioritize um, donations to honor that energy exchange. And so I step outside of those and it talks about how you can make those donations. So we will get into it. That's all the spiel. I will be here till about 7:55 p.m. Then I uh, escape. I don't want to say escape. That's not what I mean. I uh, move into my praying mantis session with my praying mantis members, where we pull free readings. So if you're interested in becoming a member of my YouTube channel, it's $7.99 a month for the praying mantis level, which gives you access to all the free sessions after every one of my free readings, plus a Thursday night Q&A from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, where we talk about spirit and myself and pull cards and past life readings and oracle cards and all sorts of fun stuff. And then you also have advanced access to my Moon Day Mondays and my take 10 with Zen. It's hard to say fast, right? And then also the pick a cards. I record them a week in advance, and so you can actually access the following weeks early too. So all that's available again down in the description box of the video. All right, let's get started. I do have the Runic Tarot and the Tarot of Dragons. It's all about that time frame. So I like that. And we'll jump in. I have a couple of donations, so we'll start there. Thank you so much, the Love 43, for your donation. We will go to you first and then Mia. So thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, what message do your guides have for you? All right. Let's take a look here with the tarot, and we might even pull a oracle. I feel like one's calling me over here. I'll see which one it is here. But let's see what they want you to know here. So 1, 2, and 3. What else? Okay, and then the bottom. Okay, 2 from the bottom. All right. So we'll take a look at that. But where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? I'll actually, Love 43, I'll let you pick your oracle. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 oracle. So you can pick a number between 1 and 10 for your oracle. So I'll let you do that while we look at your cards here. All right. And see what we got going on here. Wow. Okay. Look at you. All right. Number 5. All right. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you're going to have the unicorn. The unicorn's deck. Oh, I love this deck. So we'll pull from there and we'll see what's going on here. With all of this, we've got a lot of cups going on here. Well, and the high priestess too. So we'll take a look at those here. Let's see what all of this is about. All right. And you've got, it's not a swing choice. Look at this beautiful card. Beautiful unicorn. It's like a dragon unicorn in a way. Card number 20, which this number 2, you've got the high priestess coming in here too, which is the number 2, of course, of the major arcana. So I feel like they are very, and they're even dressed like in matching clothes. So there is this coordination between the two. So the transformation here, it's up and down, high and low, side to side. Which way to go? Life can take us through twists and turns, rises and fall, all lessons to learn. I almost feel like I'm being Dr. Seuss. You encounter a playground and a swing on a swing. You remember your youth and the joy this brings. And as you swing high and low, the scene transforms. Through your ups and downs, the swing is a unicorn. Well, no, most of them don't rhyme like that. It felt like very much like a rhyme. A meditation that you can have with all of this is the unicorn swing teaches of choice. We can go high or low, above or below. Imagine yourself swinging and choose your direction. The unicorn swing is here to ease any tension. The affirmation for this card is up and down, high and low. I choose my own pace. I know where to go. And an action that you can do, it says find a playground and play on the swings. While you play, meditate on the way you move through things. All of life is a playground. Choose the pace that best suits you. Most of all, have fun. So there is this beautiful energy of spirit of you know, not so much like, "Why so serious?" but that you have these choices coming in here. Because in addition to those, you do have the Two of Swords, which is the, choice. It's like being in the middle of a fork in the road, and that you have this choice to go these different directions, right? And, I like this coming in here, and we'll see where all this fits in. Because you start off here with the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups does represent how people are bored with what has been coming in your life, right? Usually it's 3 cups here, and you're being offered a 3rd cup, over there. Oh, too cute. Um, so the 3 cups are like the outside world and how things haven't felt like it's been bringing joy lately. It just feels like there's this, you know, okay, what else is there, right? Is this as good as it gets? Is this everything? And I like this because the other cup, the Ace of Cups, is normally offered here, but you do have a Page of Cups coming in. And I like this. There is this new excitement, this new joy that's coming in. And I like that it is ignited through play. So it's like, why being so serious? Let's enjoy life. I love that idea of going to a playground and just swing on the swing, allow it to open up, this joy, it's like this childlike feel here. This little colt is like bright, and it's like, possibly there's like this energy of having to grow up too fast when we were young, not being allowed to have like a childhood like we would have liked to have had. Um, had to grow up fast kind of energy, and it's like the inner child wants to get out to play now because, these cards coming out together, and I'll show them side by side. You can even see how they're, like I said, they're coordinated with the dress and even the horns and everything. It's like, the high priestess is diving deep into the unknown behind the veil, connecting to spirit, stepping away from all of the chaos and all the noise. And, she goes into her high priestess temple, but I almost feel like going to the playground. It's this meditative type of place for you. And I really like this energy that's coming in, this drawing in. So I like that. And, this this inward and upward connection, this taking time away, this, whatever that means for you, whatever brings you peace and silence and quiet, they want you to do that because it does bring you the Nine of Cups, which is this, beautiful, feeling of, um, nine is the hermit's journey. So again, there's this indication of going backward, away from things and inward, and it brings you this wonderful, wonderful, feeling of being full and overflowing out into the world. It's, known kind of as one of the wish fulfillment cards, this emotional wish fulfillment. And I like that this brings you to that point with all of this here, because you also have the Queen of Wands. Now, I look at like the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands equal to like the High Priestess, because all the queens get a second portion of, water, so they roll over their suit, plus they get water, and water is emotion which connects us to the higher realms, right? With the Queen of Wands, with her magic wands, also has spiritual connection with that spiritual energy, so she's very intuitive, able to really also focus her energy and get things done and move forward. And I feel like this Nine of Cups, brings in this feeling of connection, with that High Priestess too. So it feels like there's this inward and upward energy that's going on, saying you become the chalice, you become the Holy Grail, and you get filled up, and it does fill you up and overflow out into the world. And I like the energy that's set up here, because then these two cards came in here, which is the Two of Swords. Like, I get to choose what story I apply to anything and where I apply my energy and, the choiceness that comes in here. But you also have the 8 of Pentacles here. Sorry. Don't know why it's not wanting to focus a little bit here, maybe a little further back. But the 8 of Pentacles is you putting in the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and it does end up bringing forward the forward motion in your outside world. The 2 of Swords, what the way this works out here with this 8 of Pentacles, and I talk about it, how it's like, you're a caterpillar and you go into the cocoon and you're doing the work, you're doing the transformation, you're changing, you're evolving, you're moving up in things, but other people aren't. Either work or relationships or whatever it is in your world where you've been doing this really deep work on your heart, your spirituality, your connection, and you ta-da out of the cocoon as a butterfly, and everyone is still caterpillars, and you're like, uh-oh, because caterpillars, and I actually have an emoticon, emoji for my members that was created. That this is it right here, where it's a butterfly carrying a caterpillar, and you never see that because what happens is the butterfly goes, I can't go back into the cocoon and reverse the process. And I've got wings to fly. I can't walk alongside caterpillars nor carry a caterpillar. You're too heavy. So caterpillars have to continue doing caterpillar things, but butterflies get to go do butterfly things now. And that's what this 8 of Pentacles is that you put it in and things are changing, and it's offering you this opportunity to move up and out and flutter and fly and go distances you could never go as a caterpillar. And this is what the decision point is it's bringing you to is I either have to stay where I'm at, which I think this is the rune of ice, which is staying, and then here's upward and or fly, right? And it's like I have to. Am I going to stay or am I going to fly? And you have to fly. There's just no way. Even if you choose to hang around with caterpillars and walk with them for a while, I feel like spirit would have a big gust of wind come. And because of your wings, you'd be like, whoa, and you have to fly and flutter, and you're like, oh, bye. The winds would take you if you don't, which is not against your will. It's for your soul. But I just feel like there is this wonderful, wonderful inner journey that you're going through and this beautiful transformation of all of this beautiful inner love and inner connection with spirit and getting to know yourself, that it's time and it's okay to leave the caterpillars behind, because it you don't do them any good staying with them. You do more for them, showing this is what you can accomplish, this is where you can fly, this is what you can do. And then it makes them go, "Oh, hell, I'm getting into my cocoon now. I'm gonna do that inner stuff too," because they see your life change before you and they see you go places. So I really like that for you, the Love 43. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know is that this time that you're with us, you've been spending the time, it's recognized, and you are going through this transformation, but it's okay. It's okay when the time comes because you're about to emerge into a whole new level of your life and your gifts and your abilities and your energy and your power. It just feels like every area of your life is about to blossom. Like these wings are unfurling that are huge and got shivers. Boo. Um, and it's like, it's okay. It's okay to leave behind that or who no longer serves and that can't go with you. And it's okay. It's okay. So I like that for you, Love 43. So that is what they have for you right now. If you have additional question, please pop it down there. I'd love to pull extra card there for you if you need it. Um, so thank you again for your donation and many blessings to you. And Mia Mia. Thank you for your donation. You are up here. Hello again, dear. So, what should you say more to H that you didn't mention yet? So, of course, there's no shoulds in the spirit world. And it's like, what could you mention to help things along for your highest experience together? We can ask that to see what the advice they have, if there's anything they feel can be looked at and mentioned here. But there's no shoulds, they're like, it's just experience, right? You're welcome. So let's take a look here. It takes the pressure off when we change should to could. What could you say? What could you do? There's no have tos if you don't. There will be repercussions, Missy. No, there's none of that. So let's take a look here. All right. Okay. All right. So we have the Queen of Wands here, which with the Queen of Wands, this is about sharing your energy, not being afraid, having courage. The queen out of all the royalty of the wands, she's the only one without a salamander normally on the standard tarot, because all of them have the salamander to protect them from the wands, from the action, from the risk that happens with it. But she usually has a black cat, which is all about her intuition, her gut, her connection to spirit. And so if you feel in your gut there's something that you want to say, then you say it, right? If you are like, no, I really shouldn't say that, shouldn't. It's like, I don't feel like this urge to say it, then you don't, right? Because the Queen of Wands trusts her connection with spirit and her gut and her intuition because she has a high one. We have the Nine of Cups, which is the nightmare and insomnia card, and it represents fears. The 9 is the ending of fears, the internal fears, and, something that you can share with them if you feel is, any of your how you feel, not what you fear they will do or blah, 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 but I feel like a little bit of vulnerability goes a long way with them. And I feel like it gives them permission to also share a little bit. We've got the King of Cups coming in here, which is the balancing of the emotions with the mind. And so they have this great balance in between, which is interesting. Um, you know, so that's something. It's almost like you are the Queen of Wands and they are the King of Cups. And they have maybe, they show emotion, but they have a lot of mind behind them. And you might show a lot of action and flame, but you've got water behind it. And the water, the emotions, is what you guys have in common. And I feel like that's what, sharing the fears you have helps clear things up, right? It just helps bring things and helps things move forward, right? Because you've got the Four of Swords coming in, which is the peace of mind. It's the seeing things from a higher perspective and allows you to cut, fears away. But there's a solid foundation that comes with it, this balanced communication that comes in through this, which allows some significant endings and beginnings here. You got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, which this is like abundance that then opens up new things in the outside world. And the 10 of Wands is a lot of energy that's been invested in things, but then gets to be singular instead of all over the place. So there's a lot of kind of harvest with this beginning of spring feel, but it all comes back to, you know, opening up communication around fears, because that's what is at the core of our lower vibration that weighs things down and slows things down is lower vibrational fears, right? That's what keeps everyone from moving forward. It's the clog in everybody's pipeline is the lower vibrational fears. And trust me, we all have had them in buku boatloads, and a lot of people still have them because we're not taught, of course, to do inner work and to rotor rooter things out to increase that beautiful flow, right? Um, yeah, and it's like, well, I want them to do it first, yeah. And in fact, it's like, well, it's you share some and you let them sit with it, and then you share a little bit more and you let them sit with it. You share a little more. I feel like it's going to be you sharing, not just one. I almost feel like it feels like it's, I don't know why they're showing me like a little puppy in an alley, like a stray dog, right? That doesn't trust anyone. And even though you throw out one piece of meat, it's like I fell for that before. Someone tried to lure me in with a piece of meat and try to capture me, and I'm not gonna allow it. But it takes the consistency of throwing little pieces of fear meat their way, a little bit of here's a vulnerability, a little bit more, and then it builds trust. I feel like maybe they've been betrayed a lot, but and we have nothing to lose. I mean, what are we afraid of? I tell them a fear, and they go put it on social media. Blackmail me, see if I care. Yeah, I got fears just like everyone else. I just got the Let me rephrase that. I got the guts. I was gonna say something else. I got the guts, to be able to, be vulnerable. It takes strength and courage to be vulnerable, and I have it, If you don't, well, that's your clogged pipeline, not mine, right? So, I like this. I feel like, that's something that you can do. I don't feel like it's necessary, but it is something that you can do just to say, and we all have these types of stuff. Like I have this, and I'm okay. I'm okay with working through things and facing it and uh, flowing through my fears, not stuffing them. And we're not saying that accusatory. Well, at least I talk about it. I'm just kidding, it's like, oh, that doesn't fare well. It's more pure moments of vulnerability with unconditional love, right? Of that. Okay, very good. All right, and thank you so much for your additional donation, Mia Mia. Much love to you. Thank you, my dear. All right, and that's what they have right now. So many blessings. And Johanna, hello, hello. Thank you again for your additional donation as well. And you want to know what's the deal with the color blue lately? Isn't it pretty? even your even your your little super not super chat, yeah, super chat uh is blue. So let's take a look here. Of course, blue is the color of the throat chakra, and depending on the if it's a indigo blue, kind of heading towards purplish, then that's the third eye. But I feel like it's more throat chakra. But let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. And I feel like I'm going to pull a card here for you, not from you, from the Blue Messiah deck. We'll find out here what this blue is about. Obviously, because this is one of the few decks that didn't match up to the theme that I was pulling. So now maybe this is all for you, right? Let's take a look here. Yeah, look at here. Conscious words. So here, so I like this. We'll read this and see what this is about. Card number 5. So it says, I am are two of the most powerful words you can use to shape your destiny. That's from Nari, the author of these. And she says, words, the currency of thoughts, can be used to empower or disempower individuals or nations. When thoughts are translated into words, they transfer into vibrations. This card comes to you to ask you to bring awareness to your words. So all the blue is awareness of words for you. Sometimes habits can be formed through the use of various words, words that serve to disempower your ability to attract the life you want. Words and phrases such as try, can't, should have, could have, would have, and so many more are often uttered in jest, but have reverberating energetic repercussions. So being aware of the vibration that you're putting out through your words and also through your intentions, but words, watch our words. So pay attention to your words, dear one, for not only do you hold the power to literally transform your life, but also to empower others through the simple act of the spoken word. So use this knowledge, dear one, and practice the magic of love through the words I can, I will, and I am. And the chakra that this deals with this, there's a variety of chakras in all these cards, but this is the throat chakra. And an exercise you can do is create and write down a list of powerful words and phrases such as I am blessed, I am creative, I am grateful, etc., and stick them around the home. See these affirmations and embrace their empowering messages. Always remember the power of words in your life. Wow, I love it. The affirmation for this card is I am mindful as I practice the art of conscious expression through the spoken word. Yeah. So definitely that's confirmation that it is all about the words and the throat chakra. And as you see blue, it's like, okay, what words am I speaking outwardly? What words am I speaking to myself? Right. And let's see what these were. I bet they're all swords. Oh no, only one sword. The king of swords. So the master of communication in words, because all the kings, in addition to ruling over their suit, which air is communication, thought, belief, mindset, all the kings are given a second portion of air, which makes them not only the ruler over swords, the co-ruler with the queen, but the master of thought and belief and mindset and communication. So I like that. And you do have these two cards coming in together. You've got, 20, X is 20, 2 plus 0 is 2. So you have these twos and these twos, and there's this relationship here, which this is your higher self who calls you out of the coffins, your human self out of your coffin and into seeing things higher. So this can be looked at as your higher self calling you to another place. And the two of cups can be important relationships, but one of the most important relationships, of course, is with our higher self. And both of these together can represent that, which then fills you up. And you start with loving words to yourself. you know that's such an important thing. Lovingly speaking to yourself allows you to fill up and then overflows out to the world. And there's this loving, ability to speak and with purity and true sincerity, words of love to other people too. Kind words, uplifting words, right? So I feel like a lot of this is, um, about that, but a lot of this too, there's this undertow of your communication abilities and your ability to communicate with kindness. And there's this masterfulness, this freedom of speech and this freedom of voicing your higher truths, not your truths, your small t truths of pain and fear, but these higher truths of love that you're able to speak forward to people too. So I feel like that's what the color blue, anytime you see it, it's about a check-in of what am I saying to myself inwardly? What am I saying about myself outwardly? And what am I saying to others as well? So that's what's coming through, Johanna. So that is the skinny on the color blue for you today. today. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And hopefully that is helpful. All right. I think that is it for the donation. So we will get started here. Let me just take a sip. Some lemonade. So, up first for the free readings, we've got Shay B. And you want an update on David's current feelings towards you. All right. Let's see what's going on with Dave here. David, I tell you, I have so many people with um, love interest or boyfriends or husbands of Dave and David. It's funny. All right. Well, current feelings. We got the lovers card coming in here and the seven of wands. So this energy, they've got these feelings, and I feel like they're getting brave about expressing them. Because the seven of wands is about people. It's almost like a fear that you have to defend from people, blah, 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 but it is about them standing up and proclaiming it from the mountaintops, literally from the cliff, hey, but it's standing up. And I feel like they have these on the inside. Definitely they feel it's an important relationship. Love is there, but it's like there's this hesitancy, this growing bravery is what I'll call it, this growing courage to voice their passion, the seven of wands, to voice how they feel, to voice it. So it's there. I love that you have the lovers. Um, it's just a matter of time before they can't hold it in any longer, and their fears get outweighed by this passion that they have inside them. So it's there. I mean, and even got like number six going into a number seven, even though it's major arcana, but six going into a seven. So step by step, we just trust that things are unfolding in perfect timing, even though sometimes it feels like, really? Tick tock, tick tock. But whenever things are going slow, of course, what does that mean? It's like a class, right? All right, class. So if you've watched these readings long enough, we know that when things are going slow, it's for us. I need to think of some sort of, uh, when things go slow, it's time for love to go and grow, right? For our self-love to increase, for our self-love to move up. And when things are going slow with other people, it gives us the opportunity while we're in the waiting room, instead of reading an old magazine, we can go, you know what? I can work on my own self-love, letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve me anymore. Getting rid of emotions that no longer serve me, because those lower vibrations keep me lower. But the more I raise my own self love, it expands my ability to give and receive love um, to the humans as well as to myself. So it's a win win, win 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 that we talk about. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Shabi. Hopefully that's helpful. And Felicia, hello, hello. Thank you so much for mentioning about clicking the like button. It definitely helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys for all of you that do that. It tells me that you enjoy these free readings and these readings, but it tells YouTube as well, and it shares the love with the world. So you're part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you guys so much for all of you that do that. And let's take a look here, Felicia. Thank you for hitting the like button. And what's coming towards you in October? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do you really want to know? I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. It's better to know and be prepared. I hear you. Wow. Okay. Well, you got two major arcana coming in here, and one is the lovers, and the other is the magician. So you've got important relationship coming in the month of October. It doesn't need to be romantic necessarily, but it definitely is important. It could be a best friend. It could be reigniting with an old family member or something. But with the magician card here, I think it's more love, because the magician is you stepping into your power, you moving forward, you having this energy of not sitting waiting, but you're being out there, you're living your passion, stepping forward. And I feel like that's where you meet this important relationship in your life in October is by doing something that you love, not like searching for love, um, but doing something that you love and that you're passionate about. Whether it's, painting, pottery, shopping, meditating, taking a class, whatever it is that you love doing, it's doing something you love. You meet someone else that also loves doing what you love, and this is a beautiful connection that you guys have. And so I really like this for you. It's very powerful movement, but it definitely is that you need to initiate doing something in your life that you enjoy doing. And in doing that consistently for you, not because you're like, well, I think they're going to be here. It's truly doing something you love because they see your passion for it and they see that it matches their passion for it. And that's what kind of sparks things up. So I like that for you, Felicia. That's what they have right now. So, ooh la la. Very good. Very cool. I love that, Johanna. Perfect, perfect. All right, love. One, two, three, four. You are up next. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And what are Yoshi Pachoo's feelings of energy? I always do that every time. If you guys aren't aware of, it's probably not even an accurate sound of what it sounds like. But if you've ever played Mario Kart and you have Yoshi, the little turtle, he makes that little noise when he think he fires the his turtle shell. Pew! So, what are his feelings and energy for you right now? Sorry, let's take a look here. All right, what we got going on? What do we got going on? All right. Well, the feelings, you know, the high priestess is like this. She goes away to her high priestess temple to connect to the up above, to step back, to go down. So, kind of, not kind of, what they're feeling is like, um, not like a huge pull away, but they almost feel like you're kind of pulled back a little bit. And this is from their viewpoint. When we're asking their feelings and their energy, it all has to do with themselves, right? So it doesn't mean that it's what you're intending or doing because we have no idea what people are seeing when they look in the mirror of us, right? So we always remember that when we look at it, this is what comes in here, right? Because we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is, doing the work, the progression, things moving forward, things spinning, and this, these new opportunities that are opening up in, the outside world. So, there's this movement, a lot of energy being involved in work and in education and things moving forward, things progressing in the outside world, bringing in new opportunities. And so this energy, it just feels like, well, things are moving along and there's this opportunity opening up, in the outside world. And, it's such a mirror. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But but see, the whole thing is everything is a mirror, right? So when you're seeing in them and thinking they pulled away, you can look and go, how have I pulled away from them? And how have I pulled away from myself? Right. And this 8 of Pentacles with this, it feels, I mean, I almost feel like this is you, because you are in this, putting the blood, the sweat, and the tears, looking to progress, to find new opportunities in your outside world with work and everything else. And it's almost like there's this, busyness that they see that you see in each other. And I think it's funny because that's the way it always works is like, oh, So if I feel someone pulls away from me, then what that would be in my current state of mind if I was in a relationship now is to be like, "Oh, how am I pulling away from myself? Because 'Cause they're my mirror for me, of me, and so what I see in them is really what, is happening here." So, so they also see in you that you're pulling away because 'cause they're pulling away, and because of all this busyness in their outside world and these new opportunities going in. No, I don't feel like it's, um opportunities to reconnect. I feel like this is all about both of you are, in this about your outside world right now. It's almost like Capricorn energy because we just went into that moon today. It's like work, work, task, task. How can I get things done? Saturn energy. Boom, boom, boom. I got work to do. Work, 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 work. And if you've ever gone into task mode, because we all have it, when we go into task mode, emotions seem to be turned off, right? Because we are just all about the task. Like, we must complete the task. And um and that's when we stomp over everyone's each other's hearts, because we're like, I must get the task done. I must get the work done, right? um, no, that's not what I'm saying. You were just asking about that, right? You were asking um their energy. So that's a different question, right? Will you guys reconnect soon is a different energy, right? Let's take a look here. Well, you got the death card, so probably not. No, just kidding. That's a rebirth, an ending and a beginning. Um, yeah, not at all. Yeah, because you got the Seven of Swords. There is this. All of this is happening on purpose because it's allowing both of you to see what of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own mindsets that pop up, right? Because it's funny, they feel you back off, you feel they back off, but at the core of all our feelings is a fear of rejection, right? And we all feel it. No one, um, in a relationship, unless it's of a going back to your original question, are their feelings and their energy, they're like, I don't feel like they have enough energy left over for anything. Feels like they're just so consumed with so much going on again in their outside world. It just never ends. It's like they're in this. That's part of their Seven of Swords too, which we knew that about them, that they are, you know, constantly trying to please and fill up their life on the outside world because of this emptiness that they feel on the inside, right? Because they have to. So that's what they got for you right now. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang in there. Hang in there. Focus on you. All right. Many blessings. All right, Rishi. Hello, hello. Hey, dude. A general reading, absolutely. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. We have the Hanged Man. I like this for you. You are in a cocooning transformation, a beautiful, beautiful one here. The Four of Cups. So you're kind of coming into this emotional stability, which feels so good, which is kind of bringing back energy here in your life, it looks like here, because the Queen of Wands has both emotion attached to it as well as the fire. So I like this energy. It feels like you have a passion for life again, which feels really good for you. But this transformation, it's taking time. Allow it allow it to take time. The general reading here is allow yourself time for this rebirth. It takes time for a caterpillar to transform into a butterfly in the cocoon or the chrysalis, and it it does take a little bit of um I don't know, just time. They're like, give yourself time, give yourself grace, give yourself this. But if you compare yourself to even 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, as you look at where you were and where you're at now, you're just like, wow, I just feel like you are in this great place of light, instead of feeling dark, right? And I like it. I like it for you. You're really stepping into your power more too with that Queen of Wands, and beginning to really realize whatever you focus on is what does grow and expand. And so paying attention to where you're focusing your energy is important, because we're taught, of course, to focus on our fears and what we feel will leave or come into our life, or what we hate or what we feel is missing. And if we feel something's missing and we focus on that it's missing, we tell the universe, I really enjoy feeling this missing feeling. Can you make me miss it more and miss other things too? Sure. But whatever we point at is what grows and expands, right? So it's just a nice little nudge to remind us, oh, that's right. That's what we'll do. So that's what's coming in there. All right. So many blessings to you, Rishi, and then New Love, you'll be by next. Free reading coming up, but I do have a couple donations that came through. Alright, thank you, Silent Victory, for your donation, and I did have one come in just before yours on PayPal. So, hey, Shay Shay! Thank you so much for your donation. Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate any donation, so thank you. Um just one more, and I swear I'll stop. You can ask as many as you want. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, very good. We'll take a look here and see what's going on. Yeah, we'll move to the Tarot of Dragons. I'm gonna call you Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons. Let's see what they have here for you. So uh, what will happen tomorrow? All right. Oh wow. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so there is this energy here, and I like this coming in here because you've got the Empress and the Emperor. So you've got the divine counterparts here. So here you guys are. Yeah. You're like, "Oh, it's how it is. I understand. I'm a Aquarian air sign, and my rising sign is Capricorn, big thinkers. Luckily, I have also like a stellium and a ton of water to help balance all that thinking out. But you got both of those, so you're like, "Uh-oh." But that's good. It's actually good here, and what's behind the scenes here is the 2 of Wands, which does show this, energy here. It's the power of, energetic choice, right? And and I feel like, especially, you also got the 2 of Cups coming in here. So emotions will be revealed, feelings are revealed, definitely with the 2 of Cups. It's emotional choice, though. Both of these together, you've got the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, which represents this energy of, I get to choose what emotion I want to feel. I get to choose what energy I'm focusing on, right? That it's almost like they're saying, like, you've got the 2 of you, and the journey, the mirror that you're having and you're going through here is that you get to choose it, right? Because you've also got the 10 of Swords, which is a great card to get because the 10 of Swords is the ending and the beginning of the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, the cutting away of all these expectations of supposed tos and shoulds, need tos and have tos and musts that suck the life out of relationships, right? Because when we meet someone, everyone is wonderful, right? We're like, well, people we're attracted to. We're like, oh my God, do you see who they are? They're this. They're amazing because we have no expectations of them, right? They are just who they are. And then we start seeing them and dating them and all these expectations start piling in about who they're supposed to be and should be and need to be and what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do it, blah, blah, blah. Because we're all inundated, right? With all of this. And it just makes it seem like someone's less and less and less. And who, you know, regardless of what any of us does, like if throughout my life growing up, I'm given all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. So I'm programmed until I question my programming that this is how someone is supposed to act. And this is how I'm supposed to be. And then when I will be looking for cues from, whoever I'm dating or whatever, that, oh, I'm not doing what they think I'm supposed to do. I'm letting them down. I'm failing because I'm not meeting up to my big long list. Doesn't matter if they say anything or not. I see it. I hear it. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're unhappy with me. And then on their side, they're also feeling the same thing with their own expectations and everything. So, we, regardless if we voice expectations, they're picking up on that there are some, right? Whether they're there or not, their mind is full of them, and so is yours of how you were grown. And so you're seeing the world through your eyes, and so are they, right? Their own eyes. And so, it comes down to when people want to back off, when people want to go, whoa, 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 it's because I feel like I'm being caged. I feel like there's this energy that, is coming in. And that's where this 10 of swords is. And I feel like feelings will be revealed. I feel like, you know, that they won't share 100%, of course, but they are going to share things. You yeah. Yeah, yeah, and it is, but what happens is when things start to get closer, that's when fear starts to rise, because in the beginning, there's not a lot of dedication, but when the heart wants more and the mind goes, no, no, we can't get too close, because that's when pain happens. That's when disappointment happens, especially if you've had it in the past, right? So I feel like with all of this energy, I feel like you guys do talk out quite a bit. And as long as you both are honest, I just feel like there's this cool awareness coming in here. Let me see what this is here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because this is at the core here. You've got the Nine of Swords here. This is the Nightmare and Insomnia card coming in. And we've got the Four of Cups, which is the Three of Cups. If they're unhappy and they've been unhappy on the outside, if they're unhappy on the inside, there's nothing that you can do to make them happy, you know, because we can only receive and give love to others and from others to the extent we love ourselves. And, this is kind of telling me that they're having a little bit of a, you know, they don't love themselves a ton. And so they only can give so much. And it feels like here that um, what they feel they can give isn't enough for you. And I feel like that's why they're wanting this freedom of the full card, which is letting go of, this is a the fool's journey is a journey free of all of this, free of expectations, because the full card is the ending of old cycles. Well, it follows the world card, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of new, the end of the major arcana, the zero, the full card, starting off with zero expectations, like a child when they're first born, before people start telling them no, or good boy, good girl, praise and punishment. It's this freedom, it's this adventure of no expectations, just enjoying the adventure together without all this all this list of stuff. But you can't um you can't solve that for him, because it's all in here, right? Their expectations that they think are on them and from anyone else is in here. and you can't get in there, even unless you're a Vulcan, you can do a Vulcan mind meld, but chances are that you're not, because that's fictional. Um, but you can just give unconditional love and realize that this is all happening for you to realize what expectations you have on yourself. Where do you feel things are the outside world is failing you, where you're failing yourself or failing and they're afraid of not meeting up, and, it's like, "Okay, I get you." And, even if you're willing, you can be like, I'd still love to hang out with you. I don't need all that stuff. And I'm sorry if that's the way it came across, if you want to say that. Um, but, I'm in, or you can, if it was true, like, you're like, I know I was trying to cage you because you're such a pretty bird. I want you for myself, but I'm willing to share you with the world. I'll let you be a free range, rooster instead of a caged one. I don't know. But that's what's coming in, Shay Shay. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully I answered your question there. I feel like it's all in the power of choice. I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty about the direction because there's so much about the power of choice tomorrow that they're like, there's a possibility, there's a world of possibilities, because you could go into it with a whole different story that you're putting to it, emotions that you're choosing, the energy you're putting in, and the physical actions that you're taking. Because you can go into it with this very, you know what, I'm going to be cool with whatever. And they're like, well, I kind of just want to be able to have you know, a weekend here and there to do what I want. And you're like, okay, it sounds good. And they're like, what? Yeah. Well, see, protecting ourselves means that's fight or flight, right? I have fears, so I got to protect myself. From what? What can he do to you, right? No one can hurt us. That's our job. We can only hurt ourselves. People do actions that are neutral, but the story that we put to it is one of pain and suffering rooted in fear, or of unconditional love and joy and celebration and peace, right? We get to choose it. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever you want to do, you know, um, it's just that gives you freedom too. But I love that what you're learning through it, and I love your approach to it, Shay Shay. So I like it. You choose. Woot woot. So thank you again so much for your donation. Hang in there. We'll be on tomorrow. If you need to come in and vent, yeah, see the full card came out again. Just enjoy your adventure, free from expectations on yourself, because this sets you free too. You get to be you instead of who you think that they think that you think that they think you should be, blah, 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 right? All right. So many blessings, my dear. All right. Silent Victory. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, hello, hello, will you get a good raise this year? All right. Let's take a look here. You're very welcome. You're so funny. You're so funny. All right. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right. Well, it's looking good here. Yeah. We definitely have this. Let me put these in order the way they came out here. Because you got the um, Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion. And it's the Three of Cups, joy, celebration. So if I stopped here, we definitely have like a yes, this is a positive thing. And no, I'm not going to stop there. Because we've got the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands is harvest, and also it's like this burden that's gonna be lifted off, from this. So, that's kinda I feel like there's gonna be a financial burden lifted off, but there's this reward too of all the work that you put in, and, I like that. And you have the 6 of Pentacles, and that's the 6 of Pentacles is this, I have enough for me, and I'm sharing with other people too. So it's another, that's why I didn't want to stop, because these two, all this together talks about abundance and about positive things and harvest, um, over, over overabundance, because I have so much for myself. I even have enough to help others with that Six of Pentacles. So very positive energies coming in here. And I like this. Those otters. I love otters. So, you've got the joy, joy, joy coming in here. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on. I want to show the otters. There it goes. The otters around the Three of Cups. So joy, celebration, very positive. So feels very, very abundant. So maybe even more than you had thought. So it's looking good. It's looking good there, Silent Victory. And that's what they have. So easy breezy and many blessings to you. All right. So I think that was all the donations for now. And so thank you guys. And we are back to the free readings and new love. You were up next. Let me just take another sip here. All right. So hello, hello, new love. And you want to know an energy check on what does Johanna think about you? Not anything romantic. She helps you in a program. All right. Not that you know of. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look. All right. So, I feel here in the Emperor here, they do see you as someone who does stand up and make decisions. And when someone needs to step up, that they can count on you to do it. Um, they just have a hard time trusting people, which I feel is important for you to know. The high priestess, they've got this high intuitiveness, and that's why they trust you. But they have a hard time because they've got the Seven of Swords is, you can see here someone's trying to steal their bone. Let me see if I can get it to focus in here. There's trying to steal the bone here, which means they've got these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that steal opportunities and steal from them because they fear failure. They fear trusting because people have let them down before. And so these two together do tell me that they, um, you know, I feel like with this emperor that you have built up this trust with them over time. And the more time they spend with you, the more they're trusting you because they've got a good intuition, a good gut instinct, but they've also got some deceiving um, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, some pain from the past that kind of can make them think staticky and they mistrust people that they don't need to mistrust. But I feel like their energy to you is like they're like, okay, and they're seeing who you are, they're seeing your strength, they're seeing how you stand up, and that again, the emperor has this energy of new beginnings, of listening to advice, but then taking their own, strength. So it could be too, because of these sensitivities of them, they might see you as sometimes you might step forward to take control and they don't like that, but they have this with the high priestess, they have this energy of the divine feminine, which is allowing the divine masculine to bring to them. So they have this waiting for things to be brought to them. But I also feel like at times, just be aware of making sure, if you want to ask for their opinion and bring them in, and allow them to have a say so, or um, like they feel appreciated in a way. You know what I mean? Like honor their opinion, honor their um, knowledge, their wisdom, what they're able to bring in, and co-lead. In a way too. Uh, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming in, new love. It feels good. Like I said, they don't trust a whole lot of people very much, but they do. But they do you. So I like it. Right. So many blessings, new love. And then Dijona, you are up next. You like a general. Let's see. What does spirit want you to know right now? All right. So you got they call it the shaman here, which is the magician card in the standard tarot, which I think you got that earlier today too. And you've got the nine of swords. Did you get these exact cards earlier from a different deck? I don't know. I just feel like there's this overcoming of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. You've been doing this inner reflection with the nine of swords, seeing what are my fears. And it's like this is you're seeing the what is real and what is imagined. And the nine is a great card because it is the internal hermit reflection on our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve us. So I feel like there's these fears that you're overcoming, and with the magician card it's kind of like that saying that um having courage doesn't mean there's no fear. It means fearing something and doing it anyway. And I feel like that's where you're at here, is this nudge to go understand your fear of stepping forward, of going in this direction, whatever, heading into territory that's unfamiliar and um I don't want to say unnatural. That sounds weird, but it's like where your inner child's like, this isn't normal. This isn't where we normally go. I feel unsafe. I feel out of control. It's like, come on, pick up your inner child, put it in the little snuggie thing in the front. And like, come on, we're gonna go through it. You're fine. You're with me. I'm protecting you. But I like it. It's like this nudge of stepping forward through whatever the fear is that's happening and going, you know what? I have all the power I need. I don't need to wait for anything to happen. I can initiate it. This is the magician energy, the manifester, the divine masculine energy that we all have, both divine masculine and feminine. And sometimes there's nothing we can do. And that's when we do all right, creator, I'm opening up. I don't know what to do. Help. And then there's other times of like, oh, then they tell us, "We can do this and this," and you're like, "Okay," and then you do it because that's you initiating it and having that power, as well. So hopefully that helps with your general, question there, and many blessings to you. And then we've got Esther E coming up next here. You are welcome, Dijona. And Esther E, you'd like a general reading for the rest of the month. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Wow. Well, we like this here. You've got the shaman. I just put him in. It came flying back out. You also have the queen. Yep, Queen of Cups, and you have the Three of Pentacles. So as I was just talking about, the Queen of Cups is a lot like the divine feminine energy because not only does she help co-rule over the cups, all the queens are given a second portion of water. So she's the master of emotion, and this is the major arcana of divine masculine fire energy. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. So for the rest of the month, which is, can you believe it's only like 7, 8, 9 days? Zoom, zoom, zoom. This is about knowing um, who you are. First of all, being true to the authentic you, and really zeroing in, allowing yourself to be creative and to move in the direction that you're wanting to do. What are you wanting to head into? And asking creator for the things that you don't know what to do about and things that are outside of your control. Release that to the creator, into source and spirit, but then also put action into the things you can. So the authenticity of being you is so important with all of that, not being drawn off out of fear of being punished by someone or by losing someone's praise, right? Praise and punishment is how we condition children, how we were conditioned. And so we end up carrying that forward, going, we're taught to fear our being ostracized from our tribe, from our pack, because we're pack animals, right? But this is all about being true to you and implementing and stepping forward, expressing yourself, and then in the ways that you don't feel you can express yourself yet, open up and ask the creator and source and spirit how you can do that. Show me the way, bring me the way, um, because this not being you is eating you up, and it's time. It's like you're about to burst. You just, the ugliness of not being able to express yourself, your authentic self, is just like outweighing your fears, and you're just like, okay, that's when it's like we all have a coming out of sorts, when our fear of not being our true selves is outweighed by fears. That's when we stay suppressed, right? But when we I can't take it anymore, I got to be me, and that outweighs the fears. That's when we're like, this is who I am, everybody, take it or leave it. And people are like, well, I'll take it. Some people are like, well, I don't like it. And you're like, bye. But you keep the people who are truly your supporters, and they won't abandon you, and you're like, okay, this is cool. So I like this for you, Esther E, and that's what they have for you right now, and that's just for the rest of this month. So come on out. Show us the true you. Shine, baby, shine. All right. And then Dollface Diva, you are up next. So a general for the weekend. Let's take a look here. So what is coming up this weekend for you? Can't believe here we are already at another weekend, huh? Wow. So you've got this great weekend. I mean, really, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, you've got the Hanged Man, and you've got the Chariot. So there's movement and victory, a lot of choices, opportunities for your power of choice to come in here. The Hanged Man is, and the Nine of Pentacles is a little bit of alone time. You can think of the nine as the hermit's journey. Here, you are with spirit in your garden, feeling abundant and whole. In the, Hanged Man, of course, is like a cocoon, kind of stepping away from everything, seeing things from a different perspective. But the Chariot card is movement and action and victory, like I said, and it's the power of choice card, which shows us that it's a weekend full of opportunities to recognize your power of choice, whether it's, what we always talk about, the story that I'm putting through with my mind, what emotion I'm choosing with my heart, what intentions I'm putting my energy, what am I focusing on, and what actions I'm taking in the physical world. A big weekend of choice, 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 and there's no wrong choice. There's only different choices with different experiences. So there's not a should. You can replace all your shoulds with could, and it changes everything. Like, well, I should go to that party. Well, I could go to that party. I also could not. So there's this freedom that's coming in, and I like this for you because I feel like it's a good time for you to really step into that energy. So that's what's coming in for you, Dollface Divas. So enjoy your amazing weekend and many blessings to you. All right. And then Anya Ohuya, hello, hello. You want to know, is Sarang the Taurus currently crushing on Ateshi the Leo? Let's take a look here. Currently, are they currently? I feel here with these coming in here, the Four of Cups tells me, like, no, because we've got the Three Cups down here, which represent the things of the outside world not really fulfilling us. They're usually someone leaning up against a tree, bored with the three, and then being offered an Ace of Cups, a higher love, from our higher self, from spirit, from the creator. It's a gift that comes in. And they got the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about this. They feel like there's endings and beginnings that are happening in their life, and they feel like they're for them. And their human side, it's the tune of for you, the fortune, fortune, right? And there's this I don't know. I just feel like they're going along with these changes and things that are happening in their life in the outside world. And like I said, they just feel like all this stuff is happening for me, but I don't feel like they're feeling very fulfilled by outside emotions. And that's why they're on this inward, upward type of journey here. Endings and beginnings. They're seeing that things are always ending, things are always re-beginning, and it's just giving them this new look at life here. But I don't feel like there's any crushing going on because those three empty cups. It just feels like nothing is fulfilling them, and that's why they're looking forward to these changes. They're going to be going through a big kind of aha time in their life because they keep looking for these yeah, like it's like a whirlwind like that. They're about to have this things challenged for them in their life because they've been looking for this fulfillment in the outside world that's just making them feel emptier and emptier and emptier. And so they're doing more and changing things more, thinking, okay, this is going to do it. And this is almost like whatever these changes are that they're making in their life are not some are drastic, but it just feels like last efforts of like, this has got to make me happy because nothing else is. And then they're going to find out it doesn't because it's external. Until they're happy in here, nothing out here is going to make them happy because you got to be happy here and then you fill up and then everything else is above and beyond extra in the outside world, right? So this is the energy that's coming in here for right now. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me just scroll down here. Let me see here. Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. I'll be down to you in just a quick second. Just need to see where my next free one is here. I just got to read through here real quick. Okay, Shirley, you'll be the next free one there. All right. Hey, Morg. All right, Amanda, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And you want to know how do you help us? All right. All righty. Feel like we want to switch back over to the runic tarot. So let's see what we got here. Amanda, how can you help us? All right. All right. So S here has with the 9 of swords here. This is like the nightmare and insomnia card. And, they've got a lot of fears. And this is okay. This is meant to be here. The 9 of swords is the end of these nightmares, these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets. They really have this, you know, challenging this, um, the 9 is the hermit's journey. So they feel like they're just so focused on their fears and their failures and all the stuff that's come up. And, it's based here with this 5 of Pentacles, which the 5 of Pentacles is their thoughts and feelings and beliefs around feeling abandoned, feeling left behind out in the cold, these feelings of lack in their life that go way, way back, like early childhood, 7 years old and younger, when our emotional bodies being created is where these fears and these things have come in here. And so, you know, we all go this is all of our journey. We all eventually face these fears and these situations in our life that just shake us to our core, and I feel like that's what's going on with them with those, because they are going through the hanged man, which is this transformation, right? So how you can help them is the 4 of Pentacles. You can't when there's a butterfly a caterpillar in the cocoon turning into a butterfly, you can't go, "Oh, they're struggling, let me let them out." Because when you open it up and let them out, um, if they're, like, in butterfly form and their struggle, the struggling to get out of the cocoon is what strengthens the butterfly's wing muscles that allows them to use their wings. And if we help them cut them out too early, they can never fly with these big, beautiful wings. They're just ornaments, and then they end up getting munched on, right? But this Four of Pentacles shows creating a solid foundation in the outside world. It's almost like giving them a place to feel safe. It's like taking a branch, or there's like this tree, a potted tree with this cocoon in chrysalis form, and it's like, oh, it's going about to hail outside, and or there's a hurricane. It's like bringing the tree inside where it's safe, giving them the safe environment for their transformation, with what they're going through, is what I feel we can do here. You know, it's like, we have the Seven of Wands, which is, standing your ground, being who you are. The Seven of Wands is, you don't need to defend, you don't need to protect, you just give them the space to go through what they want, and what they need to in their life, what they've asked for to go through in their life, and releasing the responsibility for them, that they get to choose what story and emotions and energy and what they want to do. And we can't change anyone's mind. People have tried for centuries. All that does is push people away, but we can change people's hearts. And we change people's hearts by giving them um, unconditional love. And then when they feel that love on the inside, it sparks the remembrance that they are loved, they have this unconditional love inside them too. I have this series called, what's a weekly thing I do called Take 10 with Zen. And the playlist is linked in the bottom of this description, or if you go to my main page, it's there. There's one, I think it's around episode 9 or so, somewhere around there, which talks about heartache. So there's heartache, and then after that, heartbreak, or vice versa. It's the heartache that can possibly help, because it talks about the feelings we have when we feel helpless, to help other people, right? It's like, heartbreak is when we're feeling the, "Oh, my life is falling apart." But the heartache is when we see someone going through something and we wanna help them, but we feel helpless. It talks about how you can send energy and how you can send unconditional love. So that can possibly help if you haven't seen that. Oh, good. Thank you so much for watching some of those. But, definitely, I feel like that would allow you, this reminded me of it. It's like, here you are with your mighty, wand here, and, let's see if I can get it to focus, and you're bringing down the lightning, yeah, from the heavens, right? Here's your power, and you're sending out the energy, to help, and even if the person themselves, you're like, "Oh, they would never accept this from me." It's okay, their higher self will be like, "Just send it, I can use that." So I like this for you, and that's how you can help them, is by giving them the space and just unconditional love. No unsolicited advice. It's a waste of your air. Just give love and live. You know, it's the biggest thing, is that how we live our life is such a huge message for others. So I feel like that's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that helps, Amanda. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And we are scrolling. So Shirley, we left off with you. Hello, hello. You can definitely ask a question. What do you have? Oh, can you please change your question? I guess you can. I see it down there. What is TW's current feelings and next actions towards you? All right. So next actions. Oh, feelings and next actions. All right. Yeah, I see here. Well, they've got feelings are the Eight of Wands, which is passion. a lot of passion, a lot of attraction, energetic and physical attraction. I don't see cups here yet, which, yeah, we'd like to have traction, love, thinking, everything, right? We want the full package, but it's like, usually humans, it's all starts with attraction first, especially for certain individuals. And then eventually they open their hearts and allow emotion to come in. Action wise, I feel like they don't have the capacity to act yet. That's my nice way of saying. Seven of Pentacles, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it takes time for them to do that. And what's taking them time here is they've got the Five of Swords, a lot of conflicting thoughts, their heart in conflict with their mind. But I like the Eight of Swords, which is they're working on things, it's movement. They're realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets keep their heart back, keep them feeling blinded and bound and trapped and not being able to move forward. That's why they move very steadily and very slowly, which, you know, with all this passion that they have, which is a lot, um, they definitely their fears short circuit it to where they don't act on it a whole lot. So, I just feel like they've got issues that they're working through, like all of us, right? But they are working on that, and that is working through. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, and that's not to say that they don't have that for others either. I feel like with all this passion, I just feel like that they are just very slow on acting with anyone. It feels like so. Just a lot of fears, a lot of uh, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that just keep them back. So that's what's coming in there. That's what's coming in there. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Fear, 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 fear. All right. So that's what they have. Surely, surely. So many blessings to you. And Joe, you are up next. Joe Kenzo, you would like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See what does Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you do have this great. You have two Pentacles cards coming in here. 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance in the outside world. This feeling of fullness and wholeness, along with the Four of Pentacles, which is this feeling of solidity in the outside world. If you think about like a dining table with four huge legs on it, it's a very solid foundation that's there, right? So I feel like there's this it almost feels like home that's coming in here. And we've got the King of Swords, which is the master of thinking and communication and releasing of the eagle here, this freedom feeling because they're able to cut away and slice away a lot of fears and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve, and it allows them to see things differently from a higher vantage point. And I like this. I feel like you've been it's like spirit saying you've been working on your releasing a lot of expectations around and this just feels like relationship to me because the 10 of Pentacles usually has two people with a child and a dog and a grandpa and a castle and money, and the four is reminding me of home. So I just feel like there's been this big um cutting away and clearing of all these rules around what a relationship and love and life is supposed to be. I feel like there were so many that you had poured onto you throughout your life that you just are like, oh, I can't take it anymore. And you're just like throwing everything out and starting all over. And there's this free feeling that's coming up. So if you haven't done that yet, I feel like you're getting to that point where it's just exhausting. It's almost like the 10 of swords energy, just sick and tired of, yeah, got this death and this rebirth coming here, which is this letting go of all that, all it's almost like feels like suffering of all this energy you have to invest to try to please everyone and no one's ever pleased. And it's like you're ready for this rejuvenation. You're ready for this reboot with that death and rebirth card popping out too. I really like that for you because there is this freedom that comes in with it, and it's feels great. It's like that eagle flying high above the storms. It's just like soaring and above the storms, because that's what eagles don't go down and try to hide in storms. They're like they go and fly above the clouds and they don't get hit by lightning. So I like that for you, Joe, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then up next, we got Spiritual Journey Tarot. Hello, hello. General read. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we got. What does Spirit want you to know? Right now. Right now. All right. Well, here's the Ten of Swords I was just talking about, um, which is great. I feel like you're releasing a lot of this fears, a lot of the expectations, the rules, the supposed tos, all those shoulds, those need tos, those have tos, those musts, all of this long list of what success means, what love means, what blah, 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 all this stuff, right? So I like this reboot that's happening with your thoughts and beliefs, which allows you with this Three of Wands to head off in a direction that you wouldn't have gone before. It's like there was been these fears and restrictions that have been keeping you held back. And I like this Three of Wands because it is a fresh start. Not a fresh start, but a course correction. It's like reroute, like your GPS, because you're headed this direction and you're like, I don't necessarily want to go there anymore. I want to put in a different destination. You put that in, and the GPS goes, all right, take a right. We're going to go off this way. So you're not going all the way back home and starting again. You're just taking an exit off the freeway and catching a road to hit another freeway to go in a different direction. And I like this. It is truly supported. Whatever this new direction is that you're wanting to do, what you're ready to leave behind is totally cool. That it got you to where you are to be, where you're at now, but there's this twist, this change that requires you to leave some stuff and go, that's all right. I didn't need all those things. There's so much exciting things head in this direction. It's like you're on this freeway and you're like, well, I know 5 exits down is this restaurant that I love, but they're like, yeah, but this new location, they have all these restaurants you haven't tried before. You're like, well, let's go there then. I don't need that. I've had that before. Let's try something new. So I like it for you, Spiritual Journey Tarot, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Do it. Do it. All right. Very good. All right. And Benita Bala, you are up next and you'd like a general reading. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So, Benita, you do have this two choices coming up here in the outside world with the Two of Pentacles. And this Emperor card here coming in is this energy of there's a lot of advice, like everyone's saying, choose this one, choose this one, choose this one. This is what you should choose. You're supposed to choose. You have to choose. You must choose this one. Either society or all these, whatever this was that you were poured into you. It's like, well, this is what everyone would expect me to. And if I don't, some people are going to be upset or have crass things to say about me. But the emperor says, tough cookies. That's what happens with emperors. I can't please everyone. Not everyone in the empire is going to be happy, but it's my empire and they need to trust that I am making the decisions that are for my highest experience, for my higher, um, you know, benefit, for the entire empire. And I like that because they make decisions and they put form to what they're wanting to do and where they're wanting to head, and they start taking steps towards it. Aries energy, right? And so it's like you have these choices to make. One is the choice that you normally would make, but the other is what you truly want to do. But out of fear, we might have in the past always reverted to this choice. But it's like, no, I'm going to do this because this is what I want. And there's this energy of standing up and moving forward in the direction that your gut and your heart and your being is just like, I got to go this way for me, and it's going to benefit everyone if I do, even if it's not going to make people happy in the beginning. They'll get over it because it's my life to live, and I feel like that's what's coming in for you. So that is your message, Benita. So many blessings to you. All right, we answered those. We answered those. All right. Let's see here. So Danielle Pena, you're up next. Hello, hello, hello. So how does Adam feel about reconnecting with you? All right. Let's take a look here. Wow. So you got all these cards. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine like, wow, he's got a lot of feelings. Let me just reshuffle those. All right. So how does Adam feel about reconnecting with you? Danielle. All right. Wow. Well, it feels positive here. You got the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, which is these feelings of a new kind of love and also an advanced love here too. So it feels full of happiness, full of joy. It's positive emotion, positive love here. So I mean, you've got the two which represent brand new feeling of love, but also a reboot, because the Page of Cups, you go the ace through the 10, and then really the Page of Cups would be like number 11, right? And so you've got this enhanced love that's above that there. So, I mean, it's very much full here of feelings of um, I mean, tons of emotion, a lot of love, of course. This wave of love. You can even see the wave about to crash down behind. Whoosh, comes this emotion. I mean, these wave of emotion coming in back here. There it goes. So I like that for you. It's very positive, Danielle. Easy breezy. I mean, boom, boom. Almost two of the virtually same card to reaffirm that. So I like it for you, Danielle. So many blessings for you. All right, we answered those. And then Morgan the Void, you are up next. Hey, Rhonda. All right, so Morg, if you have time, could you ask what quality of yours would you most likely be famous for? That's funny. Let's take a look here. Not funny, haha, but wow. Look, you got the star card. Ta-da! So this is what you would be famous for. Wow. It's like your knowledge, your mind. That's interesting. Because the Knight of Swords is the pursuit of higher truth, and the Nine of Swords, of course, is all about nightmares and insomnia and overcoming. This knight here comes in with the search for higher truth and this pursuit of truth. And so I feel like it's the quality of yours is your inquisitiveness and your desire to search for knowledge and investigate and dive deep. Could be communication and writing as well, sharing these higher truths, these capital truths, whatever knowledge this is that you seek after. I feel like you just really want to learn and dive deep, and you get into things and investigate and find answers where answers couldn't be found, and you share these with people. And I feel like that's what you would be likely famous for, is for that, maybe a Pulitzer Prize winner, for your writing, or I think that's the one that's writing, isn't it? But it's, definitely maybe novels, writing, communication, field is very much, um, there, so I like it, and that is what's coming through, Morg in the void, I mean, star, and knowledge, 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 the search for knowledge, the communication, the movement of communication, so very cool. Alright. Hey, Deb, love and light, if you're still here. Okay, we answered those, we answered those. Alright. Alright, Rhonda, you are up. Good to see you. So, whatever spirit wants you to know at this time, and are you growing stronger in your power of your life purpose? All right, let's take a look here and see what does spirit wants you to know here. All right. No, boom, 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 just in time. Yeah, because I'll be on for about 14 more minutes. Boom, I think 14. Yeah. So the first part of your question on what spirit wants you to know, you have the Hierophant here, which is great. This is your higher self calling you to this higher place, really finding your capital T truths of who you are, what you want in life, how you want to express yourself. You're really moving up in this knowledge and this awareness. And this is your higher self, whoa, giving you this wisdom, allowing you to connect to that. Because it is going to take you with the Three of Wands. It's going to take you in a, um, well, it's not necessarily going to take you in a different direction, but you're going to choose to go in a different direction because that's within you with this new awareness of what you want to do, where you want to head. It's just like there's this epiphany, this, I mean, literally, it's like the light bulb going off, right? Ching, ching. And it's like, wow, the Three of Wands is I'm choosing to go a different direction, either moving or the direction that you're headed in your life, what you're doing and that. And I like this, the growth of your inner power. I guess so, with your strength card coming in here. Here's your higher self, your human self, and you're developing this higher and higher relationship, with yourself and with your higher self. And the Knight of Pentacles is the recognition of this pursuit of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, right? And you're stepping into your power, the search for your true worth, right? Which you're finding here instead of in the outside world. The Knight of Pentacles does show that you might feel like your life is like going so slow in areas, but it's happening on purpose because when that happens, it's for us. It's like saving us from having, drawing in lower vibrational things, right? Because you're raising your vibration in so many areas, and there's still a couple, like us all, that we have lower vibrational things, and things slow down because they're like, nope, we don't want that to reach you. So we're slowing things down while you go up. It's like, what are they showing me? Oh, what are the three sisters? There was the three sister witches. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I remember it. It was a TV series that went on forever and ever, and they had a reboot of it too. But one of them could freeze things, and that's what spirit is doing, freezing things so that you could continue and walk away and go away from things and rise above things, and then they'll speed up things again. But it's happening for you with that too. But very much you are, on that journey, and that's reinforced with that strength card. So keep going. Charmed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rhonda. You got it. Yeah. The older sister. Psh, Drew. I forget. Psh, psh, she would stop things. And it's like, okay, there we go. So that's what's happening. And I like it for you. Just continue to that inward and upward is revealing a lot to you, and you're transforming, and soon you'll find yourself, going Nope, I don't wanna go that direction anymore. I'm ready for this." And you will. You will make the decision, though. It's not you're not being forced. It's like you're like, "Nah, I'm gonna go this way." So you'll be ready for it when it happens. It's not gonna be forced upon you. So, I like it. I like it. Yes, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda, my dear. Much love to you. Good to see you. All right, everybody. I'm going to be headed off in a few minutes here to my praying mantis session with my praying mantis members. If you are interested in becoming a member, you can check out in the description box of the video. There's a link that will talk all about it there. And if you haven't checked out my Moon Day Mondays, every Monday, I've been starting to put out a video that talks about the moon energy that's coming in the week, right? So it allows us to prepare it like a forecast. And I also talk about any significant planetary energies that also are coming out. So that's on Mondays, and that's the link there. And links to all the playlists, if you want to catch up on any, are down in the description box. And then on Tuesdays, I have a Take 10 with Zen, which is usually a video that's mostly 10 minutes and under. A couple of them I've gone a little longer, but it's spirit. We just go with the flow. But they're usually smaller videos that talk about connecting with spirit and our higher selves and our strength. And then also I answer questions from our subscribers. This one was called the Singing Bowl Smorgasbord, where I talked about singing bowls and introduced you to all my little singing bowl children. So if you want to check that out, that's available. And then on Wednesdays, I have What's Up Wednesdays, where we talk about um, what's going on, what spirit wants us to know. And I'm kind of spiced them up. I'm adding some different things in them, like one week will be new moon energy, what we can do with new moon wishes and the energy of that moon with a pick a card. And then a full moon, the week that there's the full moon, I do the same thing, but full moon releasing ceremony type of energy with the pick a card. And then when every month, of course, the sun goes into a different zodiac sign, and so I focus in on that and then have a pick a card. But then also, you'll see here Libra birthday. I do a little special bonus for the sun babies for whatever sign it's in and give you a little 3-month forecast. So you can check that out. And then I'm excited for the fourth week in a month. I can do a meditation in the beginning, which I call a pilgrimage meditation, which is where we go into some meditation to some location that has spiritual energy that spirit wants to take us to. And then there's a pick a card around that too. The one that I just recorded that'll be out in a couple weeks will be going to the Egyptian pyramids. It was exciting. And for all of those that I put out, if you're a praying mantis member, you actually get advanced access to those a week in advance. So I always record them. Well, I started to record them a week in advance, and so my praying mantis members do have access to that, as well as to the sessions after each of these sessions. I have where I go on for about an hour or so with just my praying mantis members to pull cards. We have a Q&A on Thursday nights for a couple hours, and then you get advanced access to those as well. Also, there's an extra giveaway. I have giveaways for my subscribers, which this is a giveaway playlist that talks about my monthly giveaway. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that and check out and see how you can get in to the drawings, you can check that out. But all my YouTube members also get entered into a separate drawing in addition to that for giveaways. So just an FYI for all the stuff there. And lastly, before I head off, just want to let everyone know I do have 50% off my personal pre-recorded readings, my Hedges of Peace and Love, and then also my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. So if you want to check any of those out, all those are listed in the description box of the video down below with pricing and links if you're like, what the heck is that? And it'll take you to my webpage that describes all those things. So I just want to make sure everyone knows everything that's available out there. I put out a lot of free content. And if you ever want more messages of love from above, head over to my main page. I have a ton of picker cards. And just follow your heart, and spirit will guide you to the one that's for you. All right, everybody. That's it for this evening. Thank you again for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. And please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So, till I see you again, enjoy the rest of your night or day, wherever you may be in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, and you guys take care. We'll see you.